Welcome to Toffee TV. It is my three things. Everton 2, Brentford 3 at Goodison Park today. What a kick in the plums that was. A game that started really well. Everton started the game really well. Has ended up with an Everton defeat and a sickening defeat, really. And it means that, we are still not guaranteed to be in the Premier League next season. We've got another huge game on Thursday at Goodison Park, another opportunity to secure our survival. We beat Crystal Palace on Thursday, that's it, it's done. We are safe. And that's about the size of it. Today couldn't have started better and couldn't have ended worse. It's just the way it is. I need a haircut, by the way. My head is terrible. First thing we will talk about is the referee, who was abysmal. Michael Oliver made a game that shouldn't have been difficult to referee, very, very difficult to referee. He was poor. It's no wonder England don't get represented at big tournaments with lots of officials, because they're so bad. Oliver was shocking, absolutely shocking today. Him and the linesman had an absolute nightmare. Missed a huge moment, really, that has cost Everton big time. A penalty on Richarlison, which should have been given. He then sends Jared Branthwaite off. I'm not complaining about that. I understand why he red carded Branthwaite, but it all comes from a penalty decision Everton should have been awarded. And I don't understand it, and I'm not having this clear and obvious. It was checked, but it wasn't a clear and obvious mistake. It was a penalty, and he didn't give it. It's clear and obvious. And then 10, wouldn't have been 10 seconds, 8 seconds later, Everton are down to 10 men. So they should have been able to go 2-0 up at one end of the pitch, 11v11. And because of his incompetence, it's ended up with us getting a man sent off and then basically giving the game to Brentford. It's absolutely criminal. It really is. What's the point of VAR? I understand if there's no video refereeing and a referee doesn't see it, which I don't know how he missed it. The whole ground saw it. The whole stadium saw it. I don't know how he missed it. He was really close to it. Seeing all the stills, so it's not like we're imagining anything. It's a stone wall penalty, and he didn't give it. And they break, and he sends a man off. And it has massive implications in the Premier League. He's now sent 4 Everton players off in his last 3 games, refereeing us. The man is a clown. It's really bad. It is really bad. We'd already had the linesman then. After that, we have a linesman given a corner that wasn't. And then, to top it off, we have Michael Oliver with the opportunity to level it up for both teams by sending off Brentford's centre-back when he clipped Richarlison as the last man, which gives Everton a penalty. He doesn't send them off. Now, I understand the red card thing. It's not deemed a red card, even though it's a goal-scoring opportunity, which is what Branthwaite was sent off for. So the rule's a bit, but it's a penalty, but it's a yellow card, and it's a second yellow. And that hurt us because it would have been 2-1 up and down 10v10. And a game I think Everton would have won from that. So absolutely appalling refereeing. But we've seen it all season. Let's be honest, we've been had off all season by them. Spurs at home, we were given a penalty, and then VAR decided to interfere and take it off us, which was mad. And when you watched it again, it was a penalty. So it is pathetic. I don't know whether they're pissed off with Everton because Everton called them out last season over the Super League. I don't know what it is. Whether lately they just want us down there because it's a big club involved in the relegation battle. It's good for Sky, it's good for the Inter. I don't know. I don't know what the reason is, but it's appalling. It's happening almost weekly now. So shocking, and that changed the game for me. But yeah, there you go. Second thing I want to talk about is our tactics, I think, in the second half, which were a bit disappointing. In the first half, the opening 20 minutes, we were comfortable. We were 1-0 up. I honestly thought we were going to win the game 3 or 4-0. I really did. I thought we were just all over them, and we looked like we'd get through every time. We'd had 4 or 5 shots in the opening 10, 12 minutes, whatever it was. But even after the man sent off in the first half, I thought, even though Brentford used the ball brilliantly and they knocked it around really well, I thought we still carried an attacking threat. It was less and less, obviously, when we went to 10, but we still carried an attacking threat. Got a penalty from a break. We'd had another couple where we didn't make the right decision. Got a couple of corners. Second half, we were just so deep. And I know you're winning 2-1. You sit back, you try to get bodies in the way, you're trying to hang on, but it felt sitting there after about 5 minutes of the second half. I was just thinking, we'll do unbelievable to get through this half playing like this, because they will. I just knew they would score. I didn't know they'd get 2 in 90 seconds, but you could see they were going to score because they didn't panic. They just kept prompting and probing. Eriksen was good for them, picking them foot up on the ball, getting his head up, playing it wide. He was getting into wide areas, and it just seemed to be a matter of when it'd come rather than if it would come. And that's really because we were so deep. When we eventually did get the ball and we're trying to knock it forward, we were never going to stretch them enough. And it was only after they went 3-2 up, we moved up the pitch a little bit and tried to stretch them a little bit. But I just thought we could have been 5-10 yards higher up the pitch in the second half. Maybe the manager, but we finished the game like that, and it wasn't like they had loads of opportunities in the game because they didn't. So maybe, something we could have done a little bit better. And I am nitpicking, obviously. We were down to 10 then. It was always going to be difficult, but it was just a little bit frustrating. And thirdly, I just want to talk about Demarai Gray, just right now, because I think he started the season brilliantly, really did, really strong, edgy your seat type of player, but just lately, it's just not on it. And he came on today as a sub, and I just think he's got to do more for us. He come on, you've seen Anthony Gordon running himself into the ground. He was up and down, working really hard. Wasn't quite at it in terms of from an attacking point of view, but he put a lot into it, as did Alex Iwobi, who I'll give a special mention to in a minute. But Demarai Gray came on, and I just really wanted him to play high up and get on the ball and cause opportunities, cause problems for them. And he just, I don't know, it's just not happening for him. Doesn't seem like there's any sharpness there. Or there certainly wasn't when he come on today. And I think we need him. We're going to need him. Obviously Rondon will be suspended now for Palace. So therefore I just wonder if the manager will start with Demarai Gray on Thursday and Gordon will drop out. And if that's the case, he has got to do more than what he's shown in the last few games. Watford the other night, he had that opportunity to really stake his claim. He had the big opportunity to win the game for us, and he put it wide. And then you see Leicester go there and score 5 today, and you're like, if we'd have won the game, we'd be safe now. At Watford. So I think just need to see more from Gray. I think because he's obviously a player who can add something to the side when he's on it. Definitely, he's already proved that. But just right now, he's hit and miss. Just dead quickly, Alex Iwobi, I thought was good again today in terms of work rate, up and down. I thought he some good interceptions. I thought he tried to get us going. It was difficult because obviously when we went down to 10 men, most players ended up being defenders, really. We've ended up with something like 28% of the ball, or something like that, which is terrible because we did have a lot of the ball in the opening 20 minutes or so. But I just thought he's given example to a lot of players of what you need to, what you should be doing as a minimum. And, hopefully he can do it again on Thursday and we can get a positive result. It's in our hands. We win Thursday, we're safe. That's what we have to look at. Even though I still think Brentford will beat Leeds on Sunday anyway. It's up to us. Let's go and get it done and be safe. Fans were fantastic as well today. Fans were brilliant before, during the game. Outstanding. So I'm sure they will be again on Thursday. My voice not back yet. The noise inside the ground was incredible, so we need to do that again. Right, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Give the video a thumbs up and enjoy the rest of your weekend if you can. If you're a Brentford fan, I'm sure you've loved it. There you go. See you later.